This week in gaming, we're talking about the new Call of Duty DLC.
I'll go over the new zombie map.
There's also a new DLC for Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Ooh, and then Radical Heights is the latest Battle Royale game. We've got the details.
We're obviously doing the quickies.
And then we'll give you a sneak peek at what VR title we're showcasing next week.
All of this and more starting right now. Pyramids and planes and zombies, oh my! Call of Duty World War II just dropped their second DLC. With the War Machine, you get a new War Mode mission, a new Nazi zombie map, and 3 new multiplayer maps. Dunkirk has you fighting along the shores of France. The open beach is pretty deadly to run around on, and there are 2 identical buildings that can be tricky to flank. Now, if you like maps with small corridors and multi-layered passages, you're going to love Egypt. The pyramids of Giza would be great to stop and take a picture of, if there weren't all those bullets constantly flying at your head. Anyone remember V2? Well, this new version is anything but friendly. Everyone is out in the open and there's only one structure located in the middle of the map. And don't forget about the rocket that goes off every now and then. The new war mode is called Operation Husky. Allies are invading Sicily and have to complete 3 objectives. Collect intel in a capture the flag style, transmit the intel by securing the radio, and then, for the first time in Call of Duty World War II, you take to the skies and dogfight your way into history.
And now it's time to talk Nazi zombies. The crew has hopped on a Zeppelin headed to Berlin where Dr. Straub is unleashing his devilish creatures. And just like every other Nazi zombie map, there are Easter eggs. And they're hard as to figure out, so I'll be walking you through the first few steps so you can get to that good old Pack-a-Punch. The first thing you're going to want to do is to get to the main street and find the radio. On the top left of the radio is a set of letters and a number, and they vary from game to game, so remember these. Keep fighting your way through either the museum or the theater towards the church. Once you're at the church, go to the back where you'll find a map and a chart. Locate the red marker on the map and find the name of that area on the chart to the left. Match up the letters and number you found on the radio. The numbers next to these will be the ones you dial on the radio. Once you put them in correctly, the red light on the radio will turn green and you'll hear a friendly Russian asking you about flares. You'll find these flares in a lockbox on the opposite side of the wall where the radio is. Shoot the lock and set off a couple of flares. Once you release the last one, a Zeppelin will float above, which will do 2 things. Throw its anchors down, and randomly shoot a rod into a zombie, making it charged with pink energy. Next is to grab a battery from the museum and take it down to the basement near where you first spawned. Here, you'll find the station to assemble the Wonder Bus. This guy does 2 things. Activate objects needed to progress, and the other is to make you feel like a Ghostbuster. Okay, now that you have the Wonder Bus, it's time to get the Pack-a-Punch. You'll need to locate the 2 electrical panels found inside the destroyed building. Blast them with your new Wonder Bus, and boom! You now have the Pack-a-Punch. It's in the elevator within the destroyed building. Okay, time to talk about the latest DLC for Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, because it dropped this week. Here's what it added to Bolivia. With Ghost Wars, you get 5 new maps, all of which are sabotage missions. The attacking team must disable one of 2 transmitters while the defending team, yep, you guessed it, defends. The DLC also added a new class, Echelon. His special ability is Sonar Vision Goggles. When active, players can see everything that moves within a short distance. In addition, the goggles will send a pulse every now and then to locate close enemies even if they aren't moving. Pretty cool. And if this new class reminds you of, I don't know, Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell, well, you're right, cause the suit is very similar. Ghost Recon Wildlands also added a single-player mission that features the King of Stealth, and even hints at a potential Splinter Cell game down the road.
Call the Ghost.
Radical Heights is yet another Battle Royale game to hit the mainstream. It was developed by the Cliffy B, who seems to have quickly moved on from his not-so-successful Lawbreakers game.
And we don't blame him. This thing screams 80s, which is kind of weird because the game is set in the future.
Oh yeah. It's your typical last man standing kind of game, but the things that are setting this game apart are its cash system, how the playable area shrinks, and the fact that you're a contestant on a game show.
You can collect cash from several destructible items in the game, And you can use that cash to buy guns and armor from vending machines scattered across the map.
Oh, kind of like Fortnite, right?
Right, but you can choose to deposit the cash into an ATM for use in other matches.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's talk safe zones. Unlike every other Battle Royale game that has a shrinking circle of death, Radical Heights map is ruled by the grid.
At the end of each countdown, the yellow highlighted squares will turn red, which causes damage. This game mechanic causes a lot more bottlenecking as the play area shrinks.
Radical Heights is currently on Steam Early Access for free, so there's no harm in giving it a try.
Montgomery, there's so much more gaming news!
Oh man, then we should move on to the Quickies!
Players in Fortnite Battle Royale can now build a large structure in the blink of an eye with the new Porta-Fort.
Ooh. PUBG announced the desert map Miramar will be coming to Xbox One by the end of April.
Resident Evil 7 now has sold more than 5 million copies. Why? That game is horrifying.
Awesome. Fortnite is getting banned in some schools.
Red Dead Redemption now has 4K support on Xbox One.
Glorious!
Woo!
Both Morrowind and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 will soon be backwards compatible for Xbox One.
Shovel Knight has sold more than 2 million copies, and it's celebrating by going on sale for $20 up until April 18th.
Woohoo. The Donkey Kong champion, Billy Mitchell, you might know him from the documentary King of Kong, was found to have cheated on pretty much all his records.
Boo! You suck, go home.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is now suing a bunch of mobile games for being too similar.
That's it for the quickies.
But before we go, here's a sneak peek at Paxton playing Crisis on the Planet of the Apes for VR.
I think I'm an ape. Oh my gosh, this is so cool! Ape beat chest. Ow, this hurts! This is pretty cool. At what point, this sounds really bad because I'm supposed to be like a peaceful ape, but I really want to kill someone. I feel like that'd be fun. Oh, that was so cool! Ha! Oh, this is precious. This is really heartwarming. What's going on? That's all we have for gaming this week. If you want to see me as an ape in VR, check back on Monday for the full video.
And let us know in the comments which games you're playing. For Rated Red Gaming, I'm Montgomery Brown.
And I'm Paxton Elrod.